The following appears to be text exchanges between Epstein, right blue, and Steve Bannon, left gray. This information was added to a mass collection of Epstein files on a website recently shared by CoffeeZilla. It's a searchable index of the entire Epstein files release plus some bonus information. Hello, welcome to the sequel of the Epstein files. Today it was found out that Steve Bannon was an insider, traitor, grifter and best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Both Steve Bannon and Epstein collaborated to play both sides of the political aisle, and what ended up happening? Well, we found out that according to these texts, that Steve Bannon openly conspired against the Trump administration. Bannon used his war room grift to keep the ball rolling and lie to all of his followers while being nothing more than a tool to blackmail and smear everyone into quiet compliance. For obvious reasons, I can't upload the full conversations here on YouTube because it's against the terms of service. However, these few shots of text show enough that everyone can see there was clearly a relationship between the two, and to fabricate this would be extremely complicated. I will go as far as to say that all of this could potentially be fake. However, the insanity of timing flights and texts and getting those details correct would require AI-powered autism that none of us have seen yet. I also cross-referenced some of the files with the texts and fact-checked them against the DOJ files for authenticity. You can clearly see a connection that in many ways verifies the texts themselves. These text messages, iMessage and SMS, were extracted from the House Oversight document dump and converted to a readable format. If you're paying attention, that means the feds know how to get into iPhones without Apple. There are plenty of pictures that show Maxwell lied during her proffer, and also some new images, particularly one that shows a server with large backup drives, the kind you typically use for camera feeds and backups. The FBI lied and told all of us multiple times that there was no footage or surveillance of the island or the properties Epstein owned. It appears there was also a fabrication. Why else would you have 6 2TB Western Digital Gold hard drives running in RAID, plus 4 1TB HP drives running on their own separate RAID blade? Username, admin. Password, Epstein. This is honestly comical, and worse, we know the feds are lying to cover for people, likely politicians, that went to Epstein's properties. We also know based on Epstein's island maps that the feds took pictures of. You can clearly see that the island, Little St. James, had a complex underground system of tunnels. One of those tunnels ran to the server room and various bunkers and utility rooms. Another bit exposed in all of this is that it appears Bannon was the one that set up the picture of Trump and Maxwell. He was able to coordinate with Epstein and Maxwell to get a picture that Bannon could later leak to implicate a relationship with Trump. It's clear Bannon was aware of Epstein, as Bannon even offered to create a press release that would take the spotlight off what Epstein was accused of, knowing entirely and exactly what he was accused of. This is what the interviews were about. Bannon was trying to repaint or rebrand Epstein as a good person. We know clearly that based on the emails and texts going back and forth, it seems Ehud Barak, former Prime Minister of Israel, was aware of everything being plotted between Epstein and Bannon. In turn, it appears the Iranians also managed to hack Barak's email. If true, that would make Bannon a traitor, and likely also put him on the block for treason charges, assuming Pam Bondi even cares at this point. We've been openly lied to so many times by Pam Bondi and Kash Patel that I'm not sure either of them could do anything if they wanted to. It seems like this really might all be an elaborate information and blackmail brokering operation by Mossad. There really is no way to confirm or deny this, but it's not the first time Israel has been caught committing an act of espionage against the United States. I'm going to let this video play out here. There is only 3 minutes left, but if you want to see the full unredacted messages, you're welcome to go to the jmail.world website. Or you can go to my Rumble channel and I'll upload the entire thing there.